Alright, so let's talk about enhanced shaman leveling in Season of Discovery. Right now it's phase 2, and next week they're releasing a buff where everyone level 1 through 39 gets 100% experience bonus. So I believe a lot of people are going to start leveling again. And I really think runes are the most important part of enhancement shaman leveling. And the first one you really want to get starts at level 4. The quest opens up at level 4, but I recommend going at like level 10 to 12 unless you have a friend help you out. But it's this Tauren right here. He is, as you can see, south of the auction house in Thunderbluff and south of the pond. A little bit to the left of these the guild vendors. But you talk to him, and he gives you a quest where he wants you to go in Mulgore into the Venture Co. mine and blow up, I think it's like 5 wagons. And then you come back and turn it in, and then he wants you to go northwest for where the harpies are and collect these cones, these pine cones. And you turn that in, and then you buy a fish from the auction house, and you chop it up and turn it in, and now you have, not only do you have Lava Lash, which is a great leveling and even end game ability. It hits them with your offhand, doing a lot of damage. And what's great though is you get when you unlock Lava Lash, you now are able to dual wield, and that means you could do double Rock Biter, which is huge for leveling early game. Don't be thrown off. Lava Lash does say you get 50% increased damage with Flame Tongue on your offhand. I feel double Rock Biter is better, in my opinion, especially since the next rune I want to talk about. Alright, so the next rune that's really important for leveling is Spirit of the Alpha. Now, if you're not level 20, you'll need to be at least level 5 to do this to get a Swiftness pot. But you pretty much, so I just came off the flight path, you just jump down here, and you run down this pathway right here. And you'll notice that there's a treasure chest at the bottom of this cliff. If you have Ghost Wolf, you'll make it, but if you don't, you need a Swiftness pot to make it. So you'll notice I use a Swiftness pot and run and jump. And I already got it, but there will be a treasure chest right here, and you pick it up and you get Spirit of the Alpha. Now, this gives a 45% threat increase to any ally you put it on, including yourself. You can put it on yourself to help you tank. But if you put it on somebody else that's not you, you will get a 20% increased attack power buff with double Rock Biter. That's really huge. Now, I can show you how to get this solo, too. Now, there's usually always people around you can get, and it lasts 30 minutes long. But see, I see a player here. I could put it on the hunter himself, but I'd rather do it as pet to be kind. So if you notice, I give him the buff. Now I got attack power by 20% for 30 minutes. Even if he gets rid of the buff, it will still be on myself for 30 minutes. This also works on some guards in towns, but it won't work on NPCs or totems. That got patched up, so it's only players and guards pretty much right now. But you can constantly keep this buff up with double Rock Biter, and it's really effective. And to get here, you might run into some like level 20 to 24 mobs around this area. So you might have to corpse hop a little if you don't have a friend helping you. But if you just follow the path in Thousand Needles, you won't really run into any monsters, and you could just get it pretty early. Alright, as you can see, I found the Primordial Anomaly. You'll need this for Shamanistic Rage. You'll see he's a 25 elite, but he only has 800 health. He's really easy to kill. But the thing is, every elemental he is, he'll swap. So if he's like water, he's immune to water. If he's this one right here, nature, he's immune to nature. If he's flame, he's immune to fire. But let's go ahead and kill him. You'll notice that Flame Tongue works on him, except when he changes to that. But yeah, easy, really easy to kill. But you will need like a level 22 plus to help kill this guy. And then you just loot him and you get the rune, and you can equip it right away. So that's pretty much one of the most important runes to get early on. If you need help doing this and you're in Crusader Strike Horde, you can message me, Gagan, Gagan. I will 100% help you do this. You don't have to pay me anything or anything like that. I just like helping people. So if you are in this server and you do need help, I will help you get Shamanistic Rage. No problem. Just send me a whisper. I'm usually on a lot. I just work Thursday to Sunday nights. So yeah, if you need help doing this, let me know. But he patrols from the top left to the bottom right of the map and the bottom left. So you just kind of go in this triangle over and over until you find him. Another great rune to get, if you want, instead of Lava Lash, you can get Lava Burst. It does a ton of damage with Overload, since you won't really have a good chest rune until you're level 20. But if you go down to this field over here where the mushrooms are for that quest, you can kill the null shamans until they drop the rune. And the reason you need to be level 8 for this is you have to stand in lava like 5 times, and the only place realistically at this level is RFC. So you'll need somebody to help you kill the first, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 mobs to reach the lava. And you just stand in the lava, in and out, and then heal, you know, until you get the rune. And that is a really good leveling rune. But I prefer Lava Lash. I think it's just, you know, when you get double Rock Biter with the free ability, it's just, it speeds up leveling so much. But that is an option as well if you can find help to do that. You'll need like a level 25 plus character to help you with that, and you'll probably die a lot during the process because the shamans do lightning bolt that like practically one shots you at that level. But that is an option as well. So you have Lava Lash now, you have Shamanistic Rage, you have the 20% attack power from Spirit of the Wolf. You can't get dual wield specialization until you're level 20 to do the Ratchet quest, where you have to turn in the Turbo Shredders, the Dark Iron Ordnance, and the Fish Oils, and then you need like 3 extra gold to buy the rune itself. So you have to wait till 20 to get that, which will dramatically increase your leveling because not only is it 10% hit, but it gives you 50% damage to your offhand, which goes into your Lava Lash. For leveling, I think just use Overload for now. I think that's the first rune you get. It's like the level 2 quest starter zone that does that. Some other ones to get though, Shield Mastery is really good. Way of Earth, you have to be level 12 to get this. You have to purge a Ghost in Barrens, and it's in between Crossroads and Ratchet, but a little bit closer to Ratchet around this area. You just see a green ghost and you purge it and you get the rune, so you need to be level 12 for that. And then Water Shield at 20, if you want to go Way of Earth build instead and use Water Shield instead of Lava Lash and have double shock and be tankier, you could do that. But this is locked beyond level 20. You need a Kolkar booty key, and it's the treasure chests in the Kolkar booty chests in these 3 locations. But you need a key and you need to be level 20 for that. And getting Molten Blast is really nice. So Shield Mastery, Molten Blast, and Way of Earth will help you tank dungeons. So that just helps with the leveling process as well. I will leave in the description a macro I use. And what it does is, let's say I have Way of Earth attached, and I want to use Way of Earth for leveling. So now I have Way of Earth on, right? But if I press this macro, it'll swap to my Shamanistic Rage pants, and the macro, if I hit the macro again, it'll use Shamanistic Rage, and I can get mana in between fights. And then when I'm full mana, I will swap back to Way of Earth and then go back to leveling. And this will help you tank up and give you double shocks during fights. So it puts Earth Shock on a separate cooldown, so you get Earth Shock, Frost Shock, or Earth Shock, Flame Shock. And that, if you do want to min-max the leveling, that really helps. I do use this in PvP and while I'm tanking dungeons, but when I'm out in the world, I'm a little bit lazy. I just use Shamanistic Rage while leveling. I just, and it takes up another inventory slot too. So that's just something I'll leave in the description. Another thing I want to mention: don't worry about a belt slot until you're like close to 38. If you get a friend to help you, that's great, but Maelstrom takes forever to get. It took me like, God, it felt like 20 hours, really. I'll leave a guide in the description over going over every rune that you can get. But Maelstrom is really powerful, especially when you get Wind Fury. But I would wait till I'm at least 38 before I start getting this rune. It's just a real time sink. Power Surge, I think you have to kill a 37 elite as well. It does increase your mana regen, which is nice. It's about the main thing you get from it, but it's mostly for elemental. And Fire Nova, I never use it. I used to swap the belts in and out for trash pulls and um, boss fights, but I just got a little bit lazy and I stopped doing that. So I think don't worry about a belt rune until you're 38. But I would go overall dual wield specialization when I'm 20, Lava Lash when I'm about 10 to 12, Shamanistic Rage if you can get a friend to help you. If not, wait till you're like 23, 24, and Spirit of the Alpha as soon as possible. Uh, but those are the runes I would definitely rock. As far as stats, there's two ways to go around it. If you're having mana issues or you want to tank more in dungeons and dungeon grind, I would actually get Eagle Gear. Eagle Gear is intellect and stamina, and that'll just help with mana management in dungeons, so you'll never stop to drink. On top of it, you'll get more mana back from Water Shield and Shield Mastery, and you'll also have the life to tank better. But if you want to just kill fast, I would probably go strength more than anything, and then whatever else stat you get. Agility, intellect, and stamina are all kind of equal in my opinion. They all help you level, but strength is like the biggest priority when it does come to just speeding up the auto attacks and Lava Lash. All right, as far as weapons, I would pick up. Um, I personally went with Razor's Edge. It's a bind on equip. I got it for like 1 or 2 gold when I was leveling, and I just dual wield those. I didn't care about it, and that lasted me till 32. Um, but if you want something free, you can get the Stinging Vipers from Wailing Caverns. It's about a 30% chance to drop, and it is a 2.8 attack speed weapon, which is really nice. They're not unique, so you could dual wield them. Um, but then, kind of your pre-raid bis is actually Stalvin's Reaper next to Hand of Righteousness. It depends on which way you want to go. Hand of Righteousness is only main hand, so you can only use one of it, and you get it from SM Cath. And it does a little bit more damage than Stalvin's Reaper, but Stalvin's Reaper, it's a 2.9 attack speed. So if you put that in your offhand, your Lava Lash will do a lot of damage. And these are kind of the weapons I'm looking at while leveling, because the Razor's Edge or Stinging Viper will definitely last until you get Stalvin's Reaper. And then if you want to wait till you are 39 to get Hand of Righteousness, you could do that as well. But these are the main weapons I'm looking out for while leveling, and then anything else you see on the auction house, that's good. But these are kind of your prize ticket items right now. Alright, and when doing BFD, there's pretty much 3 items you really want to look out for. If you get any more than this, that's great. But these are the ones that are going to last you till 40. First is the High Tide Choker. Sure, you can get a 6 agility, 6 strength necklace like green BOE at 40, but you're looking at like 30 to 40 gold for that. So if you do get this, it'll just save you a ton of gold. The trinket, of course, there's nothing really else that's better than this other than like using the chicken every 30 minutes. But this will statically increase your attack power throughout Nomer in endgame, and it's good for PvP as well. And thirdly, you really do want to get the totem in here that drops. I believe I was still running this at level 40 to get it, but I finally did get it. And your only other option between this is getting a totem in Nomer that reduces Flame Shock mana cost by 10, which is nice, but honestly, I never use Flame Shock that much. In PvP at least, it's always Earth Shock and Frost Shock, and I feel like this is actually just overall better in my opinion. Just preference, but these three items will last you till 40 for sure. Anything else you do get will be just kind of a bonus for leveling, in my opinion. But yeah, that's what I got for you. If you guys have any questions or any tips or tricks you want to leave for the community, please leave it down in the comments below. I'm constantly looking at these, so I do check the comments. And I will leave links for the Wowhead guide on the rune locations. I will leave a link to my weak auras I use. I get a lot of questions, people asking me about my weak auras, so I'll leave a link down there. And a YouTube video that goes over how to install them and the UI I use and the macros I use. I will leave a macro down below for the Shamanistic Rage swap with Way of Earth swap. But yeah, yeah, if you have any questions or tips and tricks, please leave it down below. All right, thank you guys very much.